Je suis Pirulla, c'est mon officiel nom sur Internet. Je suis un biologiste, mais maintenant je travaille avec l'Internet. In fact, it's a very interesting language for me. Because you know I speak Spanish, I understand Italian and speak a little bit of Italian, and so for me the French I think the more different Latin language, and it's important because most part of the people that speak French usually do not speak anything else, and so if I need to communicate the French, and the French people is everywhere around the world. It's important to speak French, and so for me it's an interesting language and an important language. You know, I was searching for a school that was not in a mainstream region, right? And so Paris usually is the mainstream city, but Paris is I don't know. I think bigger and more confused and all the things, and you know I know that Montpellier, I knew that Montpellier, this region, all this region, like they say, the Transalpine region, right, between Pyrenees and the Alps, and it's a really interesting region because you have mountains, you have beaches, you have and so for me it's quite for me it's better to learn French in a region that the cities are smaller, you know. For me it's an area that's more beautiful, you know. Well, first the building is amazing. Right, it's a quite old building, right? I don't know, it's from the 18th century or something, 18th century, and so it's quite old. It's like a castle or something. So it's really interesting to stay here, and well, the school looks like very organized and functional. So I think I'm learning a lot. They speak just French. If the word is quite difficult, they try to translate in English or Spanish or the language of the students. But usually just speak French, just say all the things in French, and so you have an obligation to try to understand. And so it's quite good because you know, you have many ways to say the same thing, and so in one of the ways you must understand. And so if you didn't understand in the most common way, in the most usual way, and so try another ways. I'm feeling good because I feel that day after day I'm improving. I can understand better, for the first thing, and understand French. It's constant. I'm understanding better and better every day. Speak or do the exercise, it depends if I'm more tired or not, but for me it's an amazing experience. We have, for example, one thing that it's unusual in other countries, in North Hemisphere countries, at least for us in Brazil, it's that you can, when you meet someone, you give a kiss. It's really rare to see this, but in Brazil we used to do this several times, in Brazil, Argentina, and all the South American countries. And so when I arrived in France and the people do the same, I said, wow, all right, and so we have some similarities. But for example, what I always, for me was always amazing in French culture was the gastronomy, of course. Alright, I love to eat, and now I'm cooking a lot too, and so I love the cheese here. It's a quite different cheese, and especially from the south, the wine. The wine in South France, it's different. It's different from the wine in Spain, it's different from the wine from North France, it's different. And it's better, you know. Pas de problème. Pas de problème. Not just because you use it a lot, but because in Portuguese, pas de problème means exactly the opposite. Yes, pas de problème in Brazil is a lot of problems. And so for me it's fun to say pas de problème when it's no problem, alright? And so for me it's wow, alright. Maybe when I back to Brazil I will make some mistakes. I don't know.